Hi to all those interested. Kyle here with Localline, the all-in-one sales platform for farms. So I am logged into a Localline back office here, and you can see from my back office that I have my side pane here with all of the workflows that I would use in my day-to-day or week-over-week operations within Localline, whether that's exporting orders or editing orders, checking subscription plans, or creating my own, adding or updating product inventory, working within my price list so you can create distinction amongst different customer segments, or even utilizing the CRM or any connections to vendors or hubs that I might add. So, important to note that Localline allows you to sell directly. You can do that individually or in aggregate, and you can scale to that at any point. So, not only can I be a vendor or manage my own vendors, I can be a hub or connect to a hub. So the idea here is that the local food supply chain can scale directly using Localline. We do offer most accounts some level of vendor management. So if you do have suppliers today, you can have them be connected, meaning they will get their orders that are going through your storefront, or you can manage them yourself. So if you just want to give credit to a supplier or a vendor, you've already procured the inventory, but you do want to denote and add transparency, you can do that as well. So whether your vendors are going to log into a free Localline account they're using connected to your store, or whether you are going to manage products on their behalf, you can do it all within Localline. You'll see you can invite those vendors or add those vendors, and you yourself can even connect to different hubs, as we call it, whether that's a market, a co-op, Reco Ring. All types of aggregate sellers can be managed under our connections tab. From there, we do have the CRM within Localline, so you can see customers and the price list that they are attached to. You can filter as well, so maybe they're on multiple price lists, like you can see on my screen here. You can export data and filter even stronger with tags. So we do use tags quite often in Localline. That allows you the freedom and ability to select cohorts, groups of customers, and create tags for additional layers of filtering within the CRM. So you'll see here I could also run through and edit store credit on behalf of multiple customers. You can also see a ledger of any store credit used. This is a great feature for handling refunds, adjustments, and also for things like buy down CSAs. From there, important to note as well, all of these side panes have bulk actions. So whether you're looking to import or export data from here, you can do so. It is your data. Or if it's your first time setting up your Localline account, maybe you have an email list you want to import to this customer table, because from there you can assign them to price lists, send them emails, send an account invite, so on and so forth. Taking you now to price lists, you'll see I have 4 different price lists on my back office. I have a wholesale, a CSA, a retail, and a Snap EBT. You'll note that the categories and the products vary. So within a price list, you get to define if it's your default landing price list, or if you want to make it have guest checkout functionality. You can also create a private login if for whatever reason you wanted to limit access. Within there, you have payment terms, so you can actually choose exactly what payment methods you'll accept on a customer by customer price list basis. Some of our users might want to enable things like pay later, so maybe they want to allow flexibility on checkout. Normally, when a customer checks out, they have to pay right away with credit card. You can create automatic invoicing here, or you could do a net 30, net 60, whatever payment terms you might like. Maybe it's for a restaurant or a wholesale shopper, or maybe you want to accept check, or you want to accept Snap EBT, but not necessarily on your retail page. You can toggle those on and off within the back office. Same when it comes to fulfillments. You can overlay delivery and pickup plans. You can create any lead time you might need. Maybe you need 2 days notice and you only accept delivery 2 weeks in advance. You can program that into Localline and then overlay whatever fulfillment plans to whatever price list you would like. You can assign delivery fees, order minimums. You can deliver by radius, postal code or zip code range, and all of that can be handled within our fulfillment options. You can also automate emails at a priceless level. So if you wanted to have an email go out to your entire wholesale list, you can be here, like myself today on a Wednesday, and you can have an email go out Friday after you've set it up in the email scheduler. As I mentioned, you can make lists private or public, even enable guest checkout. You can also toggle the list on and off for seasonality or any changes that might happen. A new feature that we're very excited about is our subscription feature. So, again, at a priceless level, you can turn on that subscription feature. And then, working within your existing fulfillment plans, you can create as many frequencies as you would like. So, here I have a daily fulfillment plan, and I'm allowing customers to get their order every seventh day. I could continue to create a frequency there. I have a weekly plan here where I'm allowing them to get their order every first week, so on and so forth as it carries forward to my pickup as well. Within the subscription settings, you can also create lead time. So you can say how many days before the charge will happen to the credit card, when the inventory will be deducted, and you can also choose which payment methods are eligible. So you can see here I can choose to only allow credit card or any other payment method already on the price list. If they do have store credit, my customers, or if I have that feature, I can choose to prioritize any buy down wallet value they have. So if your customer has a large amount of credit, of course, you're going to want to draw from that credit. Because this feature can be used in many different ways, including CSA, single product subscriptions, things like dairy shares, egg shares, I can choose whether or not I'm going to provide a discount for those subscription products. And I can even choose whether my customers can skip their subscription orders. The next page here is my shared settings. So I can actually, if selling an aggregate, choose exactly what to expose my vendors to. Maybe I want my vendors to just see the orders. Maybe I want them to see the customer name. An example of using this would be if your vendor is going to centrally provide you with all their picking and packing goods, then they might not need to see the customer name. But if you're doing things in a more kind of collected, familial sense, you may want your vendors to actually get the customer packing information to provide the fulfillment themselves. From there, at the product level, you'll see here I have a product. That blue arrow denotes that Arthur's Farm is sharing it to me. So Arthur's Farm is connected. They have a storefront of their own, and they are sharing from their existing inventory their apples to my storefront. What can happen within Localline is Arthur's Farm has shared with me 3 different packages here of their apples. So apples by the pound, by the bag, and by the box. They've likely created a markup or margin when they've shared it to me. And then I can, as the hub, create my own adjustment, which you'll see here was 10%. So a margin has been created here to allow me to run a report to see that my portion of the profit here is 10%. So in this case, actually, to correct myself, Arthur's Farm did not mark up their apples. I'm doing the markup at the hub end, and I can generate reports to determine that margin. From there, I have another hub I'm attached to, so I can share and create a hub price adjustment there. And you can even run subscriptions on those products. So um, I, on my retail price list, have apples by the pound and by the bag. And I have set the bag option with the ability to purchase and subscribe. And you'll see at the package level, you can set subscription options as well. So canceling from there, you'll see you can create subscription plans as well. So I have created a few already. So if I look, I can see an Apple subscription plan. I can make any adjustments here. While under the subscriptions, adjustments here would be to the standing order. So maybe I want to just make an adjustment to a singular order. I would go directly into the order and I would make the adjustment to the one-time order compared to the subscription setting where I'm making an adjustment to the standing order. So what we see is occasionally adjustments need to be made to one order due to maybe scarcity or changes in inventory. So you can do that from the order tab. In the order tab, the recurring order will be denoted with the circular icon. You can also run filters. But when in the subscription table, you are making edits to the standing order or recurrence. Looking at another order here, you can actually see I have a order here. Just trying to locate an order where the next order is already populated. There we go. So you'll see here, I am in an open status for this order here, and my next order is already being open based on my lead time. So I can add products to the customer's standing order. Customer received an email encouraging them to make additions as well. And I could even update payment. So if the customer had a saved card on file, I could choose to charge that card, or I could add that card to at their discretion. Within the Localline order table, you can filter by payment status, payment method, and fulfillment status, including fulfillment type. So this is where a great deal of workflows take place within Localline. People will run time horizons based on the date the order was placed, or even the date of fulfillment if they're getting ready to pack the order. And then directly from within Localline, you can run pack lists, pick lists, order lists, order summaries, and even those vendor payout reports for the margin report. All of this is dynamic, so you can create filters, you can search orders, and you can dynamically create as many exports as you need to do your picking, do your packing. Of course, when you do your picking, it's generalized and you're going to be able to pick everything in bulk. And then the pack slips will include things like your fulfillment information and the customer's individual orders. You can also download the invoices. So if I were to download an invoice, for instance, your customer is going to be presented with the invoice. I have the invoice here marked as unpaid. And from the order table, if you were logging an order as well, you can go in and you can add products. Let's say I want to add a bunch of arugula microgreens. I want to add a bunch of beets. You can do so. There's my open order. New feature as well is to make picking and packing easier. You can actually merge line items. So all 4 of my pounds there have now been compiled into one line item. I can add custom line items not in my inventory, processing fees, first order discounts, things like that. I can apply any customer credit. And because I am logging this order on my back office, I can choose to mark it as paid, mark it as scheduled, bypass all of this. If you'd like to use this to quickly log an order through an in-person order, or maybe someone's called you on the phone to create an order, you can do so. You can charge from any method of payment you have available, including credit card. You can add the card and save it to their profile, or you can click this request payment link, which will email the customer a secure link to pay for this order, and it will update the payment status dynamically once paid. So from the order table, this would go green when they pay it, either based on that email or maybe you charge a card on file. All of that can be done, and all of that is dynamic, like the other features of the order table. From there, Localline links to three different payment gateways. So whether Square, Stripe, or our own in-house local pay, you can work with any of the payment processors. If you opt to use local pay, you actually get a scaling reduced rate, where our starter plan pays the standard rate. Our most popular plan, Core, pays 2.7% and 25 cents per transaction. Premium pays 2.5% and 20 cents. Premium also includes all premium add-ons like subscriptions, store credit, advanced inventory. And then our ultimate plan, which includes marketing options and dedicated success managers, includes pay 2.3% and 15 cents per transaction. Localline allows you to set taxes at a product by product setting. You can do it on fulfillment or any non perishable or non food items, and you can even override taxes within the system. Um, Not focusing too much on fulfillment, but I will take you quickly within a delivery plan just to show you the robust options. So, again, you can choose to run a radius, zip code or zip code cohort, location or location cohort, and you can create lead time or cutoff time. You can choose flexible delivery if you want to follow up with the customer with a delivery or fulfillment date, and you can restrict future orders. You can run a recurring schedule on whatever days you'd like to, weekly or daily, or you can do a calendar where you select the dates that you will fulfill, any fees associated, any price lists that you'd like to attach that to, and your customers are only going to be exposed to the delivery options that are relevant to their information. Within Localine's back office, you have access to over 50 key reports, all fully open source, downloadable in generic financial file types. So your data is your data. You can, again, run time horizons, filter by sales channel, filter by vendor or fulfillment date. You can see categorical sales views, product or inventory reports. And of course, when you download these, there will be even more detailed information. You can see your top selling products and, again, any associated vendor. You can run stock or inventory reports, and you can create custom filters in your order table. So you can check your sales and tax information, any overdue orders, any cancelable orders. You can check sales based on customer, who is your top uh, ordering customer or your average order size. Store credit. So if you want to make sure your customers are utilizing their store credit, you can look in this reporting table and make sure that you are actually staying on top of that, emailing them from the CRM to encourage them to place orders using their store credit. You can look at your breakdown of fulfillment, whether delivery or pickup, any associated fees, and you can check the popularity in ranked bar graph there. Maybe you want to determine if you need a new fulfillment strategy or if you want to stop attending a market or a pickup location. All your information will be contained here. And then, of course, we have storefront analytics, things like abandoned carts, abandoned cart rate, who the customer was. So if they input their email into any of those fields, even if it were guest checkout, you're going to actually glean that information and have the ability to send them a nudge. Maybe you want to send them a promotional email or a reminder of when your ordering window closes. All of that can be done within your Localline back office. You can check your most active day of the week and even look at sales by vendor. So just a quick overview of the reporting table within Localline. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the customer view of Localline. So I am on my Localline storefront as a customer. So I actually, as a customer, have quite a lot of order history here. So you'll see that order I created before with my arugula microgreens and my beets is within my order history. I can see any store credit I might have. I don't have any on my profile here. I can see any credit cards I've added and saved, and I can see a history of my subscription plans. So, looking here at an active subscription plan, um, it is now open for me. It's able to be modified until October 14th. I can skip it because the seller has allowed me that option. I can contact the seller, or I can make modifications to my order. So here I'm going to edit and add products. Brings me to a cart that's populated with my upcoming subscription order. And you'll see here the customer is incentivized to make additions to this order. So I actually have a few standing orders. So I have multiple carts here on the go. Even if I were to log out, I have guest checkout enabled on my storefront here. So I am going to select my eggs, and you'll see I have the option to purchase a dozen once or subscribe. And my 30 pack, which is coming from the same inventory pool, it's an advanced inventory feature we give you with Localline, is only allowed to be purchased a la carte. So if I were to go through with my subscription, I can see which options are available, and I can add my delivery address because I am a guest, or I could select a pickup option and pick up from the locations available and the time slots available. And I can continue to add additional products. I can filter by vendors. So those apples we showed before are available in the different purchasing options I've allowed. And all of this functions just as well on mobile, as you can see, whether I'm on a cell phone or a tablet, as it does on the general computer view. So from there, the storefront here has custom links, so you can make edits, have custom colors, and you can create, again, robust tags. So if you want to tag things as new in stock, you can. Maybe you want to use tags to transcend categories. You could do things like bestseller or organic. All of that can be done with Localine's robust tagging options. And there is also a categorical sort for your customer and a search. So I know the video has gotten quite long, but I do feel like Localine has quite a lot of flexibility, whether you're selling directly or selling in aggregate. Hopefully, that didn't create more questions than answers, but if it did, feel free to send me an email at khaney@localline.ca, or you can always call or text me at 416-817-8046. Again, apologies for the length. Hopefully, we can break this up into chapters, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and thank you so much if you're still watching. Take care. Bye now.